What's up, y'all? So, excuse my setup right now. I'm literally in the midst of moving and getting settled. I honestly don't think I'm going to be settled for probably the next month or so. Because right now I'm in the Washington, D.C. area, and then within the next month or so, I'll be in Japan. And so, like I said, just excuse me. Look, got swimming trunks on, okay? Haven't been able to get a haircut and all that good stuff. So, but I wanted to talk to you guys about the new announcement of Conor McGregor and Michael Chandler being in Tough, the Ultimate Fighter. I'm just gonna get right to it, you guys. I really think that this is a great move for the UFC, and I feel like there have been a lot of negative moves. There's been a lot of negative things that have happened in the UFC. For example, the Francis Ngannou situation, the whole Dana White situation. There's just been a lot of back pedals and back steps that I believe that have gone on in the UFC, and I think this has been the first good move, primarily because of Conor McGregor. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I think that Conor McGregor, when he was on The Ultimate Fighter the first time, I'm sure the numbers for that show were probably some of the best, if not the best, when it came to The Ultimate Fighter. I'm thinking the Ronda Rousey season was probably close, and maybe some other. I was also a fan of the Australia versus Canada season, but I think that this was a great move. This was a spark that the UFC and the Ultimate Fighter needed. I think the last couple of seasons, at least for me, haven't been. They've been a little bit of lackluster. I wouldn't say they've been terrible, but none of them have been memorable. And so I think with this move, having Conor McGregor, who is, I don't care what you guys say, I think we can all agree that Conor McGregor, you may think that he may not be one of the best fighters, but he is definitely one of the more entertaining fighters that have come through the UFC. And so I think this is a great move, especially going up against Michael Chandler, a guy that I think is going to create a great fight for Conor. Now, Conor, his frame appears to be bigger. Now, I'm not going to say, I'm not going to say why I think that we hear with that, right? We all know why Conor looks like Godzilla right now. But um, I think that, Michael Chandler, he always brings an exciting fight. And I think at the end of the day, at the end of this Ultimate Fighter series, Conor McGregor versus Michael Chandler is going to be a ginormous fight. Now, if I were to give a quick guess as to who I think is going to win that fight, I think Conor is going to win. I think Conor does well against the style and the frame of people like Michael Chandler. You bring it back to people like Eddie Alvarez, and you bring it back to people like Chad Mendez, who I think is just a smaller version of Michael Chandler, in my opinion. And so I think Conor is going to ultimately get the job done with his striking. I'm thinking probably a kick of some sort. I think this is going to be a great move. I think we're going to see some exciting things when it comes to this Ultimate Fighter. I think that Conor has this ability to draw in attention. I don't know what it is about him. It's just it might be a combination of things. It might be his personality, his brashness, his accent, which is different, comparatively speaking to everybody else, because we've never seen an Irishman do the things that Conor has done. And again, you have to give it up to Conor for that reason. I personally don't think Conor is, one of the greatest of all time. If I were to mention the top 10, he probably wouldn't make my list. But if we're going to talk about who made the biggest difference, he would definitely make the top of the list. I think there's a difference, people, when it comes to top 10 greatest fighters and top 10 difference makers. And I think that he'd be in the difference maker section, not necessarily in the top 10 greatest fighters, ranking. I wouldn't put him there. Would you guys put him there? Comment down below. I like to get conversation from you guys. I'm sure we can expect Conor to bring his antics, to bring his jokes, to bring his theatrical notions to the game, and that's going to make for some entertainment for sure. And on top of that, I always like to see new martial arts talent come into the ring, come into the not literal ring, but like the octagon. I wasn't literally saying. So I'm excited personally for this matchup for this season. And comment down below what you guys think. Do you think this was a great move for the UFC? And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.